was a really long and totally unnecessary intro. Hi there, Sage Candy here with another running vlog. It's November 5th, 2020, and sorry it's been a while, been on a bit of a hiatus here from the YouTube, but we're gonna get you some more music video intros maybe. Shout out to Debova Musical Instruments for that custom green guitar. They also make mandolins, link to it in the description below, but let's do some rolling, get limbered up today, and go out for a run. Oh yes, I should also mention, I think I'm gonna do a haircut. I'm gonna do a haircut today. Cut my own hair this year, well, starting this year. I haven't been to the barber shop since January, maybe February. Right before we went to New Zealand, I went to a barber shop. But then since the COVID era, haven't been to the barber. It's okay, I bought my own scissors, I cut my hair myself. I did it once this summer. It wasn't a total disaster, so, you know, look at this length we're dealing with. It's getting hot still here in Boulder, even though it's fall. But of course, we could mess it up this time, getting a little shaggy, and could be disastrous, so I don't know. Alright, so let's do some light stretches. Limber up routine here. Stretch out the hip flexor here. Alright, let's see if we could crack my back. Self-adjustment, chiropractor style. Listen for this. Oh yeah, that's the spot. Alright, so after my injury, I've been real focused on trying to get after it with all the little things. That includes some mobility, dynamic stretching, light stretching though, because muscles aren't warmed up yet from the run. It's better to usually stretch more aggressively after you warm up from doing a run or have warmed up the muscles. But you know, cracking the back first thing in the morning, getting in some light stretching, working on a little glute activation, trying to loosen things up around the hips especially. And yeah, the ankles, from the ankle twist, it's about 95% now, so regaining mobility in the ankle as well, and making sure the running form isn't torqued or inefficient, so to speak. Trying to get into some really good movement patterns to be a stronger runner and a faster runner. I basically neglected all these little things in the last 20 years of my running career, so you know, I do recognize a lot of value in them, especially for injury prevention, but also for improving running form and correcting any little muscle imbalances or tightness that have developed over years and years of just pounding out the miles, basically. So foam roller here, getting IT band on the outside of the quad there, kind of, probably the TFL as well, and then rotating that inwards, getting the front of the quad, rectus femoris, how do you pronounce it? Also do an aggressive stretch with that, the front of the quad. But a lot of people get tight in the IT band here, so from the hip to the outside of the knee, you know, putting pressure on it with this pretty hard aggressive foam roller is always good, just to loosen things up. I've never really had IT band problems, but things in the quads are getting very tight, especially with all the cycling that I've been doing the past couple weeks. So a couple balls here. There's a tennis ball, lacrosse ball. Pacer likes the tennis ball, but I like the lacrosse ball because I'm gonna grind it under my glute medius. Basically, butt muscle. I mean, there's glute maximus, your main butt muscle, kind of down lower, big meaty one. Then the glute medius, glute minimus in there. You got piriformis, all sorts of stuff going in there, wrapping around in the, connecting the back, the hip, top of the femur. Big weight bearing type of area and stabilizer types of muscles, but also powerhouse muscles for your stride, especially with hip extension, flexion, and abduction, abduction, adduction. So it's moving the leg inside and outside, and forward and backward. Not demonstrating that well, but let's loosen that butt up. It's a tight butt. Alright, so this is my new favorite stretch. Well, favorite stretch for the last year or two. I've done a whole video on it actually. It's a very aggressive hip flexor stretch, focusing on the rectus femoris. I believe I'm pronouncing that right, but main part of your quad, running straight, this straight up and down the middle part of your quad. Major hip flexor crosses the hip, actually attaches right above the hip joint, but also up in the pelvis. Bony protrusion there, down all the way to the knee. So major hip flexor. It gets really tight when I'm cycling, but stretch it aggressively. I'm elevating the back leg, putting the knee down, then trying to lean forward with that hip straight, but kind of leaning into it. Trying to keep this upper body straight up and down. Maybe even, you don't want to lean back into it too much, but you'll feel that stretch in the front of your quad there, hopefully, especially if this hip is forward. But then also with the arms up and keeping things straight here, not leaning too far forward, not hunching over, trying to keep upright. Stretching the psoas, cutting across, you can almost feel it in your stomach, it feels like, because it actually attaches to your spinal column, but also coming across the front of the hip type of area there. So very aggressive stretch, really feels good to loosen that up, because I've gotten really tight over the years, I think, with that. Could be from a leg length discrepancy, could be from sitting a lot, could be from running really high mileage, not stretching enough, sitting in the car, stuff like that. Tightens up the hip flexors, hurts mobility. So we're all after a mobility now. That's my new mission for the end of 2020 here. And we might do a series. It'll be called Getting My Lazy Butt Back or something like that. I don't know. Okay, finally we could go outside and run. It's been a hot sunny day out there. The fires are dying down. Thanks to all of you that had donated. Last week we donated $5 USD of our training plans that we did in sales on sagerunning.com to the Fire Relief Fund, Colorado Red Cross basically, but it's for all those victims that have been displaced in the fire and need help, extra support and resources for all the fire damage. The fire's still going on. They're getting better though. We did get some snow last week, but it's been hot and dry for late in the year, and yeah, hope you're doing well. But let's get outside and run. Flashback to Halloween. Sandy and I carved some, a weird pumpkin species. I don't know, it wasn't an orange pumpkin. It was kind of hard to carve, but you can see our pumpkin stories there. Sandy had the real detailed minion there. Obviously mine was a little bit irrational. Nerd joke there. It's a pie, and it's pumpkin pie, and it's 3.141592653589793238462643383279502884197169393169939510582109716993751058 338-327-9502-8841971693993751058209. It's all the digits I memorized still from middle school, but yeah, nerd alert. Alright, let's get outside. Alright, so back from my workouts, I actually did a block workout, well, opposite block we should say, because I ran and then I rode my bike. I know you triathletes say you get off the bike and you run, you got legs of bricks, and I've done a sprint triathlon before, so I kind of know how that feels, but I do it the opposite way. So I'm trying to run with good form. Only ran about 5 miles or 8K, real easy, flat. You can see it on STRAVA there, the analysis. Pretty good heart rate data and cadence data, considering I'm just coming back. I think the cycling's actually kept me kind of fit. So then a good spin on the bike, about 20 miles, 32K, do that in the bike path, and you could see the heart rate data there on Strava, thanks to the Chorus Apex I had strapped onto my bike. No real power meters. And now I want to make a pumpkin pie. And I'm going to make the crust a homemade crust, and it's going to be a graham cracker crust because I'm getting really hungry. And it's the time of the year where we like pumpkin pie still, even though it's after Thanksgiving. But graham cracker crust, we're going to grind that up. I like regular crust, but Sandy likes the graham cracker crust. And then we're going to melt some of this. I can't believe it's not butter, basically. No, it is not margarine, and no, if it had trans fats in it, I'm not too worried about trans fats, but it's actually coconut. There's coconut oil, I believe, in it, and cashew milk to make it the vegan butter. It's actually really good. So we're gonna grind that up and get the pumpkin pie crust going. Here we go, Sylvester Graham, ground graham crackers. Miyokos. Little dash of cinnamon, my favorite. Oops. Alright, so that melted nicely, and then we're gonna mix this in with these dry ingredients, give it a stir, and then press it into the pie tin.
Alright, so a little crumbly there, but we're gonna pop that in the oven real quick to firm up a little bit and get the pumpkin filling situated. Alright, so for the pumpkin pie filling, we're gonna go with the pumpkin puree, 1 cup coconut milk. I got some actual full-fat coconut milk to blend up, and then some spices like cloves. We got some, we'll add brown sugar, maybe a little maple syrup, but then ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg, salt, and then a couple tablespoons of cornstarch to kind of thicken it up. Alright, dumping the filling from the blender into the graham cracker pie crust. Bit unorthodox of a method, but there we go, ready to go in the oven. I'm a little worried this graham cracker crust is gonna burn. It's gonna cook faster than the actual liquidy pumpkin pie filling. Common problem, so that's why I like a traditional crust better usually, but we'll see. Don't worry, haven't forgot about my haircut today, although I don't know if I could finish it off. I'm running out of steam here because I'm cooking dinner as well, and we're going to have something more healthy. I realize the pumpkin pie, all the refined sugar, yada yada yada. It's not great for you, and I'm probably going to have a beer with that pumpkin pie as well. So we're going to have some vegetables, some fresh vegetables for dinner in what we call a Moroccan stew. The recipe was called that. I believe it's traditionally put on couscous, but we're going to put it on some brown rice actually, and it comes with a hot cayenne sauce. But the main focus is actually garbanzo beans cooked with these veggies. And we got some zucchini, got some sweet potato, we'll do a little lemon juice, fire roasted tomatoes, got a bell pepper here. Ooh, I need to get some garlic going as well. Half an onion, maybe a whole onion. More onions and garlic the better, right? And then some spices, definitely some cayenne, cumin, I'm not sure, definitely some salt and pepper, maybe red pepper flakes, black pepper. I'm not sure if the rest, I have to check the recipe. I think it has chili powder and paprika in it as well. Ooh, paprika. I like to say that word. That's a fun word. So yeah, the whole point of this vlog is, you know, all the little things, hence the title. And we're talking about, you know, the foam rolling, the stretching, the exercises, the running form attention, cross-training with anti-impact types of things to rev up the cardiovascular system while building volume very quickly to try to stay healthy. Diet, nutrition, right? All these little things, getting enough sleep. And of course we have a bunch of free resources on our page. Coach Sandy really actually helped put together mainly on sagerunning.com. So business plug there. Hashtag ad, hashtag sponsored. More dinner prep. So I actually microwaved the yam a bit, kind of peeled part of it. To soften it up, zucchini's going to take a while to cook. Missing some key ingredients for this recipe. So we got the garbanzo beans. Usually could use regular tomatoes. Definitely some cinnamon and coriander as a spice. But a key ingredient that we are missing, little known, saffron. And as the Beatles once said, I'm mad about saffron, or saffron's mad about me. It's very expensive. It's very expensive. We don't have it on our spice rack, so it affects the taste in these little recipes. You know, details matter. All the little things, right? Oops. They call me mellow yellow. Alright, yes, we do not have a rice cooker, but this is how we cook rice. It takes a while. It's getting there. Almost done. Gonna add some, look at that rainbow. Eat your rainbow. Rainbow of veggies. I'm gonna add the garbanzo beans, lemon juice, some spices, let that simmer a bit. Now we'll cast iron, get a little iron out of here. And, oh, gotta check on the pie. See what's cooking in here. Ooh, it's firming up. It's firming up a bit. Might have to put some foil on the crust, because it's overcooking there before the center cooks. It's the trickery of this. Alright, so there we go. Now better. I think that's going to need at least another 20 minutes to solidify up in the center there. Don't want it to be too runny, like my past pumpkin pies. Rice is done. Pie is almost done. Hopefully not burnt. Alright, garbage bag out. We're going to go to the bathroom. We're going to do some preliminary cuts. Yeah, that's not going to catch all the hair. We're going to make a big mess. Big mess. Look at this crude setup. I think we'll go with a 7 to start. Actually, we'll just go with a 6 because that's what I put on. Alright, and like I said, preliminary cut. I'm going to finish it off tomorrow. I got a lot on my plate right now. I got to eat dinner, but just gonna take the sides down, sides in the back, and we won't even blend it. So it's gonna look horrible. It's gonna look horrible. All right, here we go. As Sheryl Crow once said, first cut is the deepest. Taking some off. Oh yeah. It's gonna make me so much more aerodynamic. It's not even funny. Yeah, so like I said, a rough cut. I need my little hair clipper things to pull this back, and then the idea, ooh, look at all this hair. Look at all this hair. Look at this mess. This is worse than cutting Pacer's hair. We don't really cut Pacer's hair. Well, a little bit trimmed in the summer, but yeah, I think I made enough of a mess for tonight. The idea will be that I'll use I'll go up with a 6, and then I'll use a 3 and a 2, and then I'll edge it out, and then I'll use actual scissors on top and try to taper it with the top while taking off some length. But look, we've got a good head of hair here, so this is a 2-day process for me, okay? I'm doing it solo, making a big mess in the bathroom. It's dinner time, it's pie time. I gotta take a shower. All right, so haircut for tomorrow. To be continued. Bon appetit. Got the Moroccan stew on rice. A little bit of a pumpkin beer as well, pumpkin IPA. It's not an Avery. It's not an Avery. Scoping out the competition. We like this one. It's got spices. It's seasonal. Pumpkin IPA. Very good with this fall dish. And speaking of pumpkins, the pie came out. Crust looks a little singed maybe, but the filling is the key. We'll have to let that cool and solidify. Oops. And maybe put it in the refrigerator too. Alright, so I'm gonna have some pumpkin pie now. It's getting late, but thanks for subscribing on here. Thanks to Patreon supporters for making this channel possible. Check out Sandy's channel, Running Wild to Glue. She's doing a whole training series on training for 100K Trail Ultra, and we'll be getting into more training talks, actual running footage, maybe some cycling or skiing footage as well, what I eat in a day, types of things, stuff like that. Thank you so much. Comment below, let me know how you're doing down in the comments below. Really appreciate all the thumbs up for making this channel possible again. Big prize giveaways at 200,000 subscribers. Stay tuned for more via 2Max Productions.